This is the Horse Radio Network.
This is episode 940 of Horse Tip Daily. A different horse tip, a different equine topic, a different equestrian expert every day. Horse Tip Daily brings the world of equine knowledge to you, one day at a time. Greetings, horse people. Coach Jenn here, and thanks for tuning in to Horse Tip Daily. It's time again for another installment of Trading Tips with Michelle Barr of Right Lead Equestrian Center in Louisiana. Michelle is a graduate of Louisiana Scholars College, a North American Riding for the Handicapped registered instructor, British Horse Society certified instructor, and a certified instructor and judge for the World Side Saddle Federation. Today, Michelle and I go over some clever ideas for eliminating hose hassles. And we'll get right to our tips after this important shopping message from equestriancollections.com. Hi, everybody. Coach Jenn here from the Horse Radio Network, and I am here with Debbie from Equestrian Collections, and she's here with the Equestrian Collections Product of the Week. Take it away, Debbie.
Hi, Jen. This week I'm featuring color, and all your listeners who listen to me every month know how I love color. This week, I'm featuring the Horse, Perry, Jumping, Bat, and Dressage Whip. And the reason I'm featuring these is the colors that comes in russet orange, it's bright orange, hot pink, beautiful blue.
Dang, I just went to the webpage. Woohoo!
Yeah. And they, but one thing I wanted to mention about this, the bat, it's not, I know, jumping bats tend to be kind of short. This one is actually longer than some of the jumping bats that I have seen in the past. And so it's almost a crop. It's not quite a crop size, but almost a crop size without the wrist band. So you can actually use this for more than just a little bit of a jumping bat. It's more like it's a little bit longer than a regular bat and a little bit shorter than a crop. And it's got that. It's just really, really cool. As well as the bat, they also have dressage whips. Now, these whips are particularly long as well. I had to have the orange one, of course.
Of course.
So I got one of those. And I noticed it is actually longer than what you usually think of with dressage. So that has some good things, too, especially if you're doing some round pen work, but you don't want to do the whole big, lunge whip thing. It's really good for that. Very light. Very, very light and very bright. I'm telling you, if you are in a boarding barn and you have one of these, you're going to know if somebody takes your bat.
They're not only brightly colored, but they're shiny and brightly colored.
Yeah, they're very, very cool. And they're very inexpensive. I mean, it's less than $11 for the dressage whip and less than $8 for the bat. So they would make fantastic little, birthday presents or, just little gifts for people that you might be looking for a little present for, but you don't want to spend a ton of money, but it's really, really, really cool.
Great.
I think these make perfect gifts for that. So that's why I wanted to feature them this week.
Great for riding schools and camps because you can tell which one is which one, and the kids are a lot less likely to misplace them.
You don't have to put a name on it.
That's right.
If you have an orange bat, it's going to be yours.
An orange bat is an orange bat is an orange bat. Well, you can go to equestriancollections.com. And up there in the great big search bar at the top of the page, you can just put Horse Perry, H-O-R-Z as in zebra, E, Horse, and then space, and then P-E-R-R-Y, and the search will bring right up both the jumping bat and the dressage whip. Well, thanks a bunch, Debbie. We'll see you next time. I am so happy to welcome back to the show Michelle Barr from Right Lead Equestrian Center, who is here with some help for those of us who suffer from the stresses of hose hassles.
Yeah, I know one of the problems that we have here is people are so excited about getting to wash their horse, or they're in a hurry because we're going to a show, or they're just in a hurry in general. The hose gets drug around, the horses stand on it, blow a hole in it, and it seems like you're just constantly repairing the hose, getting a new hose. The hose is just a problem. Too big for the area, too short for the area. You just can't get it right with the hose. Maybe it's just me, but that just seems to be how it is. So a friend of mine has a farm, And she has one of those boom arms on her wash rack, like they have at the car wash, and it turns 360 degrees. It's mounted to the roof, and the hose is off the ground. Nobody's getting tangled in it. Nobody trips on it. It lasts longer because the shoes don't cut through it, and everybody's happy.
Really? How interesting is that? So, huh? Or
I imagine, you know, if you're a short person like me, it's a little hard to get it up there. You have to have a nice ladder. But once it's up there, I think it's just beneficial for everybody.
Well, it is very frustrating, like you said, when the horse steps on the hose. Not only do they mess up the bathing process, eventually they put holes in the hose, which is even more frustrating.
And then you spray yourself. You don't need to.
Yeah, and then you're out there with the duct tape fixing the hole in the hose, and then it just goes on and on and on. And then by the end of the week, everyone's grumpy.
Yeah. When you get the new hose? Oh God, didn't I just get a new hose?
Yeah, next week. Now, have you ever tried those hoses? They came out a number of years ago that are all curly like an old-fashioned telephone cord. Have you ever tried those?
Yeah,
what do you think?
I did. You know, they just got in a knot.
Yeah, it's been my experience that they did the same thing. They got in a knot.
And they just didn't, they just weren't sturdy enough for what we've got going out here. Yeah. They were easy to kill. And if you're OCD like me, I was constantly unwinding that dadgum thing and trying to make it lay right. And
you would get that little kink in it, just like the telephone used to.
Yeah. I always have to undo the telephone and sort out the cord. It's just a defect in my brain.
Yeah, I don't care how kinky the regular hose is, but the curly Q pigtail one, when it got that little funny shape in the middle of it, because it made me crazy.
Yeah. The regular hose, it doesn't bother me, not nearly as much. But this little curly hose, I want it to lay straight.
Yeah.
Now those are nice if you're traveling and you have limited space in the trailer. Those are nice, and they're lightweight, and they do have some pros to them.
So, yes, I agree. It's a great travel item when you would love to have a hose when you're going to a show or something and overnight stabling, and it is lightweight, convenient, take it on, take it off. Yeah, I agree with you there. Yeah, but for everyday use, it flunked for me. Sorry, guys, who makes... I guess they're out as an advertiser, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably not.
Sorry. And
I could have turned that around and done better with it. I got you some advertising.
One of the things that we have recently discovered that has been so useful when it comes to bathing our horses, whether it's a sudsy bath or rinsing them off after a ride, is there are a number of companies out there who now make washing soap for horses, shampoo, but it comes in this little dispenser container that you hook right onto your garden hose.
Oh, do those work? I've seen them advertised.
I have, and I've used a couple of different brands, and I have my favorite, which just happens to be Healthy Hair Care brand. I like the soap that's in that one best. I think it is a perfect balance of clean yet not dry and crunchy. You know how if it's too caustic, it can be dry and crunchy. But the dispenser, I thought, am I really going to like this? Because I'm real kind of old school, bucket, sponge, things like that.
Yeah, me too.
Loved it. It made it, especially when you have horses that are fussy when you wash them and they're stepping around and doing this and doing that. Loved it, the dispensing machine. And you can also get the dispenser from the garden department and add your own shampoo if you don't want to do that. But I just buy the gallon refill and keep using my Healthy Hair Care because I'm kind of addicted to it now. So do not discount the benefit of that because you can use the cleaning product, the shampoo, and you can also put liniment in there. Hello.
Well, that's what I was just going to ask you, if you could do liniment, because that sounds like a great idea.
Yes, you can. Again, Healthy Hair Care makes one in a dispenser already. But again, you can get a dispenser separately and use your own. And you would be amazed at how you can cover the horse with a lot less liniment than you could using a sponge and a bucket.
Yeah, you don't have quite that runoff.
Right. Whenever you throw a sponge full of liquid onto a horse, at least 1/3 of the liquid is on the ground. You know, it just it doesn't stick to the horse.
True.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. But I will admit that there's something that just seems right about putting liniment on a horse that way. Maybe because I haven't tried it with the new sprayer.
Yes, and that was it.
Because I will try it with the new sprayer.
Old
I'm a fan of
school.
liniment.
You want to touch them, and feel them all over.
That's true.
But once I used it and discovered how thoroughly I covered the horse with the liniment, and how little liniment I used to do it, I was all over it. After I tried it, I'm going, dang, where's this been all my life? Because I got all the parts of the horse I wanted to, with no gaps. Mm-hmm. It got through the hair.
Yes. That's such a good point.
Yeah, so don't discount it, folks. Give it a try. Borrow someone else's if you're really reluctant, and see if you like it too.
Cool.
There you go. So
that's very good.
Yes, and Michelle, you are chock-a-block full of great ideas for taking care of our horses better, but also riding better. And I know as a BHS certified instructor and ISSO certified instructor and judge, you do clinics and seminars all over the country at whatever time of year, whether it's hot or cold. So tell folks how they can contact you if they're interested in having you come out to do a clinic or seminar.
So the best way to get me is usually email. And you can find the email address on the webpage, which is www.rightlead.com. You can look up Right Lead Equestrian Center on Facebook. We have a page, and it's going to be covered with baby pictures soon. Or you could just, if you happen to have a pen and paper handy, write down MICHELLE at rightlead.com and just email me straight.
Cool. Well, thank you very much for your helpful hints today, Michelle, and we'll see you again soon. Well, there you go. To listen to all of Michelle's tips, just go to horsetipdaily.com and look for the experts drop-down menu on the left. And you can find her also on Facebook, as she mentioned, at Right Lead Equestrian Center. And now you can have every single one of your favorite Horse Radio Network shows with you wherever you go, with the free Horse Radio Network app for both iPhone and Android. Just go to your app store and search Horse Radio Network. Download it today. It's quick and free and easy. This podcast has been made possible through the generous support of EquestrianCollections.com and listeners like you. Listeners like me, you ask? Well, yes. Folks like you who enjoy the great podcasts on Horse Radio Network can support your favorite programs by supporting our sponsors like EquestrianCollections.com and also by becoming an official auditor. Learn how by going to HorseTipDaily.com and look for the big Become an Auditor banner in the center of the page. The Horse Radio Network and the Horse Radio Network hosts are not responsible for statements of guests or their opinions. Use your own judgment when listening to the tips provided by the experts on Horse Tip Daily.